Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. We are going to taste yet another sparkling wine. The sparkling wine we are going to taste is a Chapel Down. It's produced in Kent, in the southeast corner of the UK, or in fact of England, known as the Garden of England, in fact.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's known as the Garden of England. The thing is, though, that I've always associate sort of champagne-type wines with Sussex rather than Kent, which is just a little bit to the left as you look at the map on the coast there. But I'm told that this is one of the biggest vineyards in the UK.
Okay.
So, no, UK.
Should have known. Fell into that trap, didn't I? Okay.
Now, I think, it's an award-winning wine at a vineyard. They've got a very good reputation. I've never tasted their sparkling before, so I'm really looking forward to this. Shall we give it a go?
Yes, let's do it. Neither have I, actually, and I feel I should have tried this.
Because you tried, what's the other one you stopped?
Naya Timber.
I
don't know if it's Naya or Nia Timber. But it's, however, Naya Timber or Nia Timber, but yeah, they're famous for having like the sparkling wine, champagne style. So yeah, I'm looking forward, interested.
And I understand this is made in the traditional method. It's made in the bottle, and it's made from Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. And I'm not sure if that's the only two grapes, or is there a
usually, usually it's a champagne Pinot Noir. I can't pronounce it, but there is another grape as well.
Minoult.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. But no, so this is Chardonnay and the Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand. Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Okay. So colour-wise, it's like a champagne colour.
It does. It's a very pale yellow, isn't it? But,
yeah.
But that's.
Do you want to let the guys see that close up? We haven't done this for a while. You're losing.
I am, Hannah. But yeah, that's the colour. You can see they're very pale, very. Yeah, there's a gold colour there, so probably a pale gold.
Yeah.
I'd say far, but not. It's nothing dense about that. Absolutely, it looks to me like a champagne should look.
Yeah, and the other thing that you always go by is the size of the bubbles as to the quality, and these are quite small bubbles, aren't they?
Yeah, they are tiny. In fact. They're very. Very delicate.
And I guess that probably is part of them being produced in the bottle rather than in a large steel container, which is the way that stainless steel container, which is the way the Prosecco is made.
Yeah, and you get that big, brutal, harsh. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay. Should we have a go on the nose?
Let's do it, John.
Let's go for it. A champagne.
Hey. Well, for all intents and purposes, because when I just smell it, I just thought it smells like champagne, but then. For all intents and purposes, it is. Yeah,
it's just, it can't be called champagne because
it's the same grape, so why wouldn't it smell?
Yeah.
Which is quite soft.
Yeah, because some champagnes, by the way, the price of this is $26.99. So that's, you're not going to get much in the way of champagne for that, are you? I mean, you're talking now £30, £35 for the bottom end of champagne.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's have a go of the old palate.
Let's do that. Ooh. Now, we recently, we'll do a link, tasted, immediately came to mind, we tasted a Bollinger. And when we tasted the Bollinger, we tasted it with fish and chips, didn't we?
We did, yes, yeah.
And not on screen, but before we started filming. We've had fish and chips this evening. The first thing I noticed is that's actually clearing my palate much more than the Bollinger did. Yeah,
definitely. What I'm noticing immediately is that there's a massive kind of green apple with that tartness showing, and it just made me go a little bit, but in a really nice way. I'm tasting this. I really, really like that. This is. It tastes obviously. Just as champagne should do. Probably not quite as soft and biscuity and doughy as you would get from your champagne, but this is definitely got that. I said the crisp green apples really come into play there, but it's the acidity in there. The acidity is quite massive. That's going to clean the palate up for the fish and chip, but not harsh in any way, shape or form. I'm actually really, really enjoying that, John.
I am really enjoying that, and you say it's not giving you that, because cheap champagne can often give me sort of like heartburn and acidity in my stomach, but that's not doing that at all. But at the same time, there is that, as you say, the green apples, that sharp taste that's really refreshing the mouth.
It's difficult to describe because there's a softness there, but then, as I've just said, it's soft but sharp. How that works, I couldn't really tell you. I don't know how to say. Probably the sharpness is the beginning, but where the acidity is, then it really softens up. I say not quite as full and doughy as a champagne, but I would, you know what? Drinking this one, sometimes when you're having a glass of champagne, you will have one glass of champagne and be like, I don't really want any more. I could see myself drinking a lot of that.
I could.
There's a juiciness there. There's something that makes you want to drink it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you're hosting a party, I mean, obviously we're filming this in late November, so we'll be publishing this in December. Obviously, Christmas, Christmas parties and New Year. This would be the ideal kick-off for people. People, if you were pouring this and you had your hand around the label, no one's not going to know that it's not champagne. It's
no, definitely not. You would definitely get away. I would be hard pressed if on a blind tasting, if someone gave me that. And then, like you said, we're looking at the bubbles, because that's what usually gives it away. These smaller bubbles usually indicate a better quality champagne. And they're tiny.
Yeah, absolutely. But the taste, I mean, I'd say that, and that actually has got a reasonable amount of length as well, and a nice crisp, leaving a nice crisp taste in your mouth as well.
That is excellent for a good all rounder. I mean, if we just said this did say champagne on the label,
yeah.
And we're not talking about something made here in the UK, I'd be raving about that.
Yeah,
I'd be
absolutely.
Very, very impressed.
At the price, especially.
Yeah, £27.
Yeah, well, $26.99 actually. But.
My apologies. Good, very good, very good. I've enjoyed that.
And the other thing is, I know sometimes with certain wines, not just sparkling wines, but wines, once I've drunk it, I can never get the nose back. But the nose is still very prevalent. When it's still giving up lots. It's nice. This is a great social one. I mean, is it snowing?
Have you worked your magic, John? Is that what's going on here?
I think I hear jingle bells. I know that on Christmas morning, John, you always have a bottle of Paul Roger. It's a tradition.
Yes.
After you've had that, I mean, maybe you could move on to this.
Quite possibly, yeah, because I mean, it's considering the price difference.
Yes.
Why not drink champagne all day long?
2 of these.
You could, yeah, easily.
Or more, actually. Yeah.
Happily.
Yeah.
Well, definitely something to look at, John. But as you just said there, to recommend, if you're having a party and someone is, you pouring this out, I would not be embarrassed to serve that for 1 minute.
No, and nobody is gonna know, unless they read the label, that it's not champagne. If that's important to you. I mean, the other thing is, if you're in the UK, is actually obviously to shout that this is a UK wine, and I'm not sure. I know a lot of our viewers in the States are in the States, so I'm not sure if you can get hold of this. I'll try and find out and put it in the notes if it's available in the States and where else in the world it is available.
It's definitely worth a go, though.
It is definitely worth a go. So, should we move on to pairing?
Oh, well, I didn't even think about. Okay, yep, I'm already there.
Are you? Mm-hmm. You go for it.
Well, to pair this, obviously my go-to, and I probably have recommended this before when we taste champagne, would be the Délice de Crémière or the Délice de Bourgogne, which is this. It's like a triple cream cheese. Unctuous and delicious, nice salty finish, but it's the texture in there. It's almost like it is like a solid piece of cream. I mean, when it's coming to that time again, we're filming this at the end of November, so it's the mince pie time. And often I'll have a chunk of that cheese, just instead of having cream in it, just a chunk of that on top of a mince pie. It's absolute luxury. But yeah, those two together, they say the freshness of that would cut straight through the fattiness.
Excellent. Well, I mean, talking of fattiness, obviously, as I said, we've just had fish and chips. So I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this with fish and chips. If you're having this as an aperitif before Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner, you could follow through and also have this with the turkey. So I mean, it's got enough acidity there to cut through the gravy, etc. So I would go with that. Obviously, you can have it with fish, but I mean, champagne's very versatile in terms of. I mean, people drink champagne with everything. So go with whatever you fancy. But those are the two recommendations I would make. Okay, so let's move on to scoring, shall we?
Yes, okay, so I'm quite confident.
Confident, do you? You've already made up your mind. You know exactly where it's going.
I know
I'll turn
exactly
around.
where it's going.
Okay.
I always say this, but you know, considering the price in there, the price. Maybe I'm playing a little bit here, but I'm thinking of this as a champagne, so I'm thinking £27. Well, it is a champagne. So for £27, that the quality we're at with that, I'm going to go ahead and give a very confident. Let's think then. Yeah, got it.
My score is 86.
Ooh, 89.
Oh, really?
89, yeah. I just think that.
Because of the price?
Because of the price. £27, you know, the amount of champagnes we've tried before, which you can go to silly money, and I know we have reviewed some and we've said that is just silly. And we've reviewed some which have been good for the money, but that £27 for, and I'm going to say a champagne of that quality is very, very good.
Yeah, I was thinking high, and the only thing that the only reason I didn't give it that sort of extra 3 was because I was missing the sort of bready brioche.
The mob, biscuity.
Which would sort of make it a little bit more
gentle rounder.
Yeah, gentle rounder, a little bit more sophisticated. Not sophisticated.
A little more champagne-esque.
Yeah, more champagne-esque and more to taste, more
complexity.
Thank you. That's the word. That's the word I was searching for. Thank you, John. Complexity.
I know. I hear that. But no, that for me just works.
No, as an excellent wine, I will be buying that again. It's excellent value. I'd definitely buy that again. Definitely one to have around at Christmas and a few bowls of, maybe even.
Indeed, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, guys. Well, we will be doing some other sort of Christmassy drinks, and we have done already an episode by the time this comes out on drinks and wines that you can drink with each of the sort of Christmas seasonal fare, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas, or maybe even New Year on New Year's Eve. So we look forward to trying a glass of wine with you then. Until the next time, guys, chin chin.
Chin chin.